Hello Capricorn, I'm Indigo Warrior and I'm here with your August 2017 Angel Horoscope. I sense that there's going to be a lot of changes this month for you guys, and I feel like things have been transforming. I get the transforming sort of feeling. Things are sort of growing into something more beautiful. But let's begin with your card reading. Okay, you have a major arcana for a massive change, so there's going to be a massive change this month. It's right at the beginning of the month as well. Archangel Azrael is bringing this card forward for peace. And obviously it's released past, there is more enriching future coming, let go and let God. Now I feel like that some of you Capricorns have had quite a bad start to the month, or will have quite a bad start to the month. This may be an issue or a couple of issues that have been brought forward from the previous month. However, I feel like that things are going to be changing, but it's going to be a more positive change. And I feel like there's a lot of changes in your spirituality and your spiritual growth, especially at the beginning of the month. We have explore, so I definitely feel like some of you guys are going to be more spiritual this month, and you are going to set up for a new adventure and a new sort of start. I get the sense that some of you are going to be hesitant to this change, perhaps, and that the energy in the air is going to be very unusual, and you're not really going to know how you're going to respond to this. That's what I get from explore. I also feel like when explore comes up, what the angels are trying to tell you is that there are many options available to you at the moment, and look out for things that you might not necessarily have noticed before. I feel like things are going to sort of come forward and you're going to see things more clearly. I also feel like sorry, this could be associated to third eye, perhaps. So perhaps some of you have started meditation recently and you've activated your third eye and you are experiencing the world around you in a completely new way. I get this sense. We have orange for creativity and change. Now, I feel like what the angels are trying to tell you guys here is that there's a lot of options going to be that are going to come forth. I feel like it's going to be a very spiritual month for you guys, but I feel also that there's the creativity element. So perhaps some of you are going to start new careers and new sort of ventures into the world, and it's going to be more of a creative basis. And there's a lot of changes, I feel, especially with this orange card. I normally associate this orange card with a fire sign, so perhaps some of you have a fire sign around you. It could also be you if your chart is predominantly made out of fire, or you have fire elements in your birth chart. But I feel like a fire person or personality is going to be very beneficial for you at the beginning of this month. I also feel like what the angels are telling me is that your creative choices perhaps recently have made a great start. You've made a great start on these choices, and I feel like the angels are trying to tell you guys that carry on, continue, because I feel that the angels want you to continue your journey. You've started something, so you're strong enough to finish it. And I know you Capricorns, you are very adamant, very, very, set on your mark. You want to finish the things you start. Okay, Goddess, for express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. So some of you are definitely embarking on a new spiritual path. I feel like what the angels are trying to tell you here is that perhaps your feminine aspects to yourself, and it doesn't matter if you're a male or if you're a female, everyone has both femininity and both masculinity in them. And I feel like the angel's trying to tell you here to focus on your femininity, perhaps. Focus on intuitive insights that you get from the world around you and how you express yourself to the divine and how you express yourself to others. I feel like there's a lot of things that you're going to notice this month that you definitely haven't noticed before. We've got the it's up to you. Now, I feel like what the angels are trying to tell you guys here is that I definitely feel a lot of spiritual energy. And I feel like what the angels are saying is that there may come a point where you will do a meditation perhaps, or you will start a new sort of exercise that you haven't done before, and something may frighten you or something may sort of cause some fear-based energy. But what I feel like is that the angels are saying that don't give up. That might not work for you, or it may work for you later down the line, but I feel like what they're trying to tell you is that don't give up. And if you want to do some, changes, and you want to develop and, things like that, I feel like they're definitely telling you that it's up to you to do this. And they can help you with any spiritual guidance, any spiritual advice that you guys will need. We have Uriel for freedom. Now, I feel like when Uriel comes forth is that, especially with this card, is we have obviously this lovely man, dancing and sort of enjoying life. Now, I feel like Uriel's come here to tell you that perhaps some of you are into the arts, and that's why we had the creativity here earlier with the orange. So perhaps, obviously, if you are creative, you're going to see, perhaps it's going to be in dancing. Sorry, my voice is going. Perhaps you're going to be able to express your unique abilities and unique talents this month. Especially at the beginning of the month, there may be an opportunity for people who are perhaps in the arts, in the performing arts, perhaps. I also feel like what the angels are telling you, and what Uriel's come forth to tell you, is that you are capable of anything. If you can set your mind to it and you can release, your logical mind, and take that ego away. I know it's hard, but if you can take that ego away a little bit, you don't have to condemn it completely, I don't feel. But if you just allow yourself for the possibilities of the world around you, then I feel like things are going to be more open to you this month. Okay, we'll move on. Wow, you've got another big change. And obviously the Emperor, for Archangel Uriel. And obviously stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation and ambitious plans. So I feel like some of you are really going to, make some massive changes this month. I feel like with this card, what's coming through at the moment is more of a career aspect. So I feel like some of you have started a career, and that, things are going to take off. But perhaps things haven't been going at the pace you perhaps want it to. So I feel like what the angels are telling you here, guys, is that, work through what you want to do. And maybe construct some form of list and, prioritize. There's so many things, obviously, I feel like some of you guys really want to be able to do. So I feel like you have the answers, and that obviously the angels are coming forth to sort of say that you have the answers, and the answer may be right in front of you. sort of like one of those things of, I feel like you've been going around a little bit of a circle, sort of not knowing what to do. But I feel like the angels are saying the answer is right here in front of you. Wow, okay, let's move on. The self-care. So I feel like obviously it's a very, very spiritual month for you, and a very sort of career-based month perhaps as well. So the two could be combined. Some of you could be, in a spiritual career. Well, when the self-care card comes up, and I'm having this feeling today that some of you may not be looking after your needs 110%. You may be focusing more on spirituality, you may be focusing more on work, career and stuff like that in the mundane sort of way. And I feel like what the angels are trying to tell you, what they normally tell you, people, when obviously this card comes up, is that you've been stretching yourself a little bit too thin. Sometimes it's good to sort of look after yourself. Maybe you've been helping other people a little bit too much, and you've been neglecting some part of yourself that needs some care at the moment. So perhaps what the angels are trying to tell you is that it's okay to sort of take a step back and sort of to find some time for yourself, to look after yourself. Okay, we've got mugwort. It's obviously the rites of passage card. So I feel like what the angels are trying to tell you is I feel that what the angels are trying to tell you with mugwort is that that some of you are going to be quite healers perhaps. So I feel like what they're saying is that especially as it's right next to the self-care cards, is that perhaps some of you are not very well perhaps, or you're looking after someone that's not very well. And I feel like the angels are saying don't despair, things will get better. And it seems to be coming through that there might be some hospital visits around this time. I'm not 100% certain on this, but I kind of feel that there's going to be some hospital sort of business. So perhaps you or somebody else, like a close loved one perhaps, will be in hospital around this time. But I feel like what the angels are saying is don't despair. Things which probably will work out for the best. Okay, mediumship. So some of you guys are mediums, and obviously with being a medium, obviously you have the natural ability to connect with a departed loved one. Now I can understand why I felt a little bit uneasy with the mugwort card. Obviously I sense hospital or some form of building where obviously a load of people are going to be who are not very well. That could be in any way, not necessarily not necessarily physically unwell. It could be mentally, it could be spiritually, emotionally, it could be anything. But I sense a very uneasiness with this card, so perhaps if I come back to it at some point it might think. But with the mediumship card, I feel like what they're trying to tell you is that obviously some of you are the natural medium, some of you are going to be developing mediumship skills, and I feel like obviously this card is connected very closely with this card. And what I feel is that hospitals obviously, or buildings where people are not very well, is going to cause you some problems if you are indeed a medium, because so many people are not very well and stuff like that. And obviously it can be sort of like a swarming ground for spirits and people who have passed on that perhaps wants to say messages to people that are still here. So if you are a medium, this could give you quite a headache if you're not aware of it either. You could get quite a headache and feel very sort of bunged up, and you might start getting strange symptoms. So that's why I thought this was connected, is that you could get some strange symptoms if you're not prepared, and you don't realize that you necessarily may be a medium, or you have certain abilities of a medium. So I feel like there's some definite sort of thing to focus on here. I'll move on for now. Yes, we have be assertive. So this is obviously right next to the mediumship card. So what I feel like what the angels are trying to tell you guys here is that obviously if you are a medium, you've known you're a medium for a while perhaps, or you've been a medium all your life. What I feel like the angels are sort of saying here is that set some boundaries, because there's going to be some very interesting activity perhaps in your life that will probably cause you harm if you don't protect yourself. I kind of sense that energy. So what I feel like is that you might need to set some boundaries. So if obviously you're an experienced medium, you'll know exactly what I'm going on about. If obviously you're not, then maybe ask the angels to protect you, get Archangel Michael to give you, some security and some strength, courage, be assertive. So if, for instance, you're having like departed loved ones or other spirits come to you and you're not prepared for this, then block that, sort of go, no, I've had enough for today, come back at this point, come back at that point. Kind of feel like the angels are sort of trying to tell you that this month could be quite a big month for entities, spirits, or anything that you communicate with. Okay, we have gratitude for Zadkiel. Okay, so obviously it's right next to the be assertive card, and obviously what I was just talking about, I still feel like this is connected, is that what I feel like Zadkiel's here for is that, you might feel a bit bunged up and a bit sort of imbalanced and things like that, what's going on. But I kind of feel like what Zadkiel's trying to get across here is that, there are many things in your life that are going to be, happy and sort of, I felt like obviously a career success or something, So look at the things you have in your life at the moment that are really going good for you, because I know sometimes when things seem negative or things seem, a bit out of control, that it's very easy to sort of go, sink into that sort of dark sort of place. So I feel like what Zadkiel's here to tell you guys is that perhaps look around you. There are beautiful things around you, so be grateful for the things that are in your life. Let's move on. Wow, are you seeing this, Capricorn? Wow, you have three major arcanas for the full month. Wow, okay. So no wonder I thought there was going to be some interesting things for you this month. So obviously you got the Chariot, so this will see determination, self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. So wow, I'm just soaking up this energy. This is really, really beautiful energy. Okay, so this obviously, if this could be associated, I feel as well, Cancerian. I know that obviously these are associated with other signs as well, but I don't feel like I need to add these in. But I feel more Cancerian, so polar opposite Capricorns may be very beneficial to you at the end of the month. I have this really strong feeling. So I'm going to do it differently, because I know I normally go like this, but I feel like this is warrant for, wow, okay, so obviously at the beginning of the month, you obviously had released the past, so obviously he was holding on to something that no longer served you, I felt, and obviously, the angels promised that there was an enriching future coming, and by the end of the month, wow, acknowledgement of success by others. So Obviously, if you guys have started some like a new business or a new enterprise or something new and exciting, then definitely you're going to reap the rewards at the end of the month for certain, because this is this is amazing. You know, three major arcanas all directly, you know, in the same line. That's amazing. Obviously, this is obviously associated with Archangel Metatron for the Chariot. So obviously, for mediums out there, obviously what I mentioned, that obviously I feel like this is going to be a very big month for spiritual communication. So there's going to be a lot of sort of coming in, going out, and sort of, you know, a lot of spiritual communication I sense. For people who necessarily are not open to mediumship or do not possess that ability, or, you know, or have other abilities perhaps, I feel like this is going to be a great opportunity for career advancement, creativity. You know, there's going to be a lot of changes, and obviously I sense this, obviously this Cancerian energy as well, so perhaps that a Cancer is going to be very, very important in your life at the end of the month. I'm not sure in what way, so maybe if I do move on, maybe I can pick up in what way. Okay, you're special, so I think that's quite self-explanatory then. Okay, obviously you're special, I feel, means a few different things in this reading. Obviously it's right underneath the self-care and the explore self-care, and then obviously you were special. So some of you bunnies may not have been, you know, looking after yourself perhaps in, you know, the best possible way. A sense like there could have been maybe perhaps a little bit of a block perhaps, or a few blocks perhaps in your life at the moment that are internal or things. But I feel like the angels are saying if that is the case for you, then, you know, it's okay, because you are beautiful and you are wonderful, and you are going to be, you know, you're such a benefit to the earth that we have here at the moment. Okay, if this obviously was a Cancerian, then I feel that some of you are going to have a Cancerian admirer. I feel more of an admirer rather than a relationship. But I feel, yeah, more of an admirer. So perhaps you guys don't know who this Cancerian is, perhaps, but they know you. I get that feeling they know you. So perhaps you've met before, but you know, you're sort of like a passing meeting or whatever. But I feel like this is the energy I'm picking up here, that someone who perhaps is a Cancerian is your secret admirer. So if you've been feeling like you have a secret admirer, Capricorns, it may well be a Cancerian. I also feel like there could also be the other option of, obviously, if you've just broken up a relationship with a Cancerian, then I know that any breakup can be hard, but I feel like the angels want to tell you that, obviously, you know, explore the world, look after yourself, do some inner healing. If you don't feel like you can do the healing yourself, call upon Archangel Raphael, and he'll surround you with green positive light that will heal you completely, and you'll be able to move on. But then you are special, so there will be more people and more opportunities for love in your life, definitely. Move on for now. New waxing moon, conception, inner self, expansion. So I feel like some of you will have to sort of look within, maybe then let go, because obviously maybe the breakup I sense as well. Also, I feel like any moon card that I get, especially actually Cancerian, definitely. I feel like Cancerian, definitely. But also, I know this isn't a tarot card, but this could also actually imply Pisces. So it could be a water sign. I feel like I'm neglecting Scorpio a little bit, but you know, it could definitely be a water sign. I'm sensing more of a Cancer than the other two. However, I could be misreading it. It could, of course, be a Pisces or a Scorpio as well, or other than obviously, you know. I feel like obviously you're going to have to go within, and you're sort of going to have to sort of look within for the answers. I feel like the answers are going to be within. This is what I'm getting from this card, is that the answer is definitely going to be within. So perhaps at some point you might feel like that you're a bit stuck and you don't know where you don't know how to move forwards, and that could be with anything. That could also be with the career perhaps, but as it's at the end of the month, I don't necessarily feel that it's the career. So it could be pretty much anything, because I can't really pick up. No, the angels don't want to give me that. That's fine. So it could be, you know, it could be like there could be some emotional stuff going on for you at the moment. I'll move on, as there's a little bit of a block here at the moment, so I'll move on to listen to your intuitive feelings. Okay, so yes, obviously mediums, so Capricorn mediums. Obviously, I felt like obviously this hospital sort of scenario, so listen to what your inner self says. So this could also be with this card that I had the block with, so that might be why, because this card needed to come forth for me to be able to read this card. So, you know, listen to what sort of these feelings you are having, these sort of, you know, images perhaps. I've sensed clairvoyance. You know, you are definitely receiving accurate messages from the divine. That's what this card means. So I feel like a lot of you are very spiritually aware this month, or you know, definitely very, very psychic or something. I feel very sort of, you know, very open, very, you know, wide awake humans. And I feel like there might be something that's stuck on perhaps, and obviously you have to look within for the answers, and you know what the answer is. The angels are clearly giving you this accurate message that you know what these answers are. Yes, the next card is Don't Stop. Okay, now what I'm feeling is that, you know, in a spiritual sense, you are doing well, and I feel like you're doing very, very well. The angels are very, very proud of you, and you are going to, you know, create, you know, wonderful things on this planet in this lifetime. That's what I get the sense of. I feel like when the angels bring this card forward, is that you are on the right path, you are on the right track. You know, you are doing your life's mission, or part of your life's mission. And I feel that the angels are trying to tell you that, you know, there may become a point in this month, especially around this point, maybe in the middle of the month, I sense that obviously something could happen that could make you feel very, very unfocused. But what I feel is at the end of the month, do not stop, because the angels are clearly giving you a sign here that you are definitely on the right track. Next card is Planetary Cycles. So yes, and it's also the Archangel Soundophone. So, you know, what you are doing, guys, are really helping the planet. For some of you, are really helping the planet. So this could be in a spiritual way, or it could be in an activism way, you know, or in some other way, you know. And I feel like obviously your energy at the moment is so balanced and so pure that the angels are sort of easy to be able to communicate with you. You're going to be able to sort of communicate with the angels very, very well. And, you know, your energy is so pure, and it's helping, you know, the planet out so much. Okay, let's see if I can get anything else from this reading. Okay, obviously, because obviously this was obviously I felt like, you know, the hospital sort of feeling. Obviously, I was unsure about the new waxing moon. So what I feel like perhaps that the angels were trying to sort of indicate is that if you are perhaps going to be in hospital, or someone else is in hospital, and obviously you are, like, for instance, definitely a natural medium, or you have mediumship abilities, then I feel like what the angels are going to say is listen to your inner self. If you can't deal with all of these, you know, things that are going on around you, take yourself away. But if you can't take yourself away in the physical sense, take yourself away in a mental sense and an emotional sense. Sort of let yourself sort of listen to what you feel and what you think, and sort of connect to your angels perhaps in this way. I feel that was the message here. I think, Capricorn, that is your reading. So yeah, no, definitely, I think that's your reading, Capricorns. So obviously I'm Indigo Warrior, and I'm very new to giving readings on YouTube. However, obviously, I'm not going to be for everybody, and you know, I'm not expecting to be for everybody. So, but if you did like what I did and you did like the reading that I gave, then please like the video, subscribe to my channel so you can get your next video when it comes out next month. It will be out before the month has actually come out, because I do it a month early. If you feel like someone else could benefit from one of my readings, then please, you know, get your friends involved, get your family involved perhaps, and see what other people have to think about what I do, and sort of if they think it's very helpful or whatever, then you know, get other people involved. I let slip on the last video that I did that I'm planning on starting up a new Facebook page. So soon there will be a Facebook page available for and I'll be doing daily angel messages and the card of the day and things like that. So if that sounds cool and it sounds exciting, then please, when I do set it up and when it is out, then please, you know, I'll put the link in the description and you'll be able to sort of have a look, see if it's for you, see if you can join in the fun that way. But obviously it's not fun. You know, it's not fun. It's just the angels want to give you, you know, the messages. So I feel obligated to sort of do this for you. But yeah, anyway, I'm Indigo Warrior, and this was your Capricorn horoscope for August 2017. I'll see you next month, and blessings to you, Capricorns. Bye bye for now.